We are live.
Oh, absolutely freaking awesome. Yes, so now I'm on today with Tim San. He's going to be my producer on the side. And we are going to be talking about e-commerce trends in 2021. What do you need to do to get ready for 2021 in your e-commerce store? In fact, some of these things are very good to do in your yeah, some of them have good tips for even when you have a website, because if you haven't got a website these days, then you're really losing out, right, Tim?
Yes, absolutely. It's so important.
Yes, exactly. And so, I mean, with the pandemic, what's happened is, and there goes my hubby. So, and by the way, I live on a, and I live on a boat. So it's, I'm in my office, so the passage is right behind me. Anyway, and so, the trends, e-commerce trends for 2021 is a huge deal, because with the whole pandemic that started in 2020, so many people have had to go online. If you weren't online, you're probably, your store or your restaurant or your boutique or whatever you have hasn't really lasted, because you needed the sales and nobody comes to your store, right? So a very good example is your little jewelry lady. Really practice saying that. So if you have to be extremely active on in your online. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm being distracted here from outside, but so it's really increased. In fact, I think it's increased like the annual 843 billion US dollars. Okay, it is increased.
That's
it's incredible. Hey,
that's really big. That's a big number.
That's a huge number, and it's going to increase for 2024. It's going to increase 12.3%. So if you don't have your store, your retail store, or your business online, you need to get it online. I mean, this is going to continue and grow tremendously, because I think people have been trained in last year to shop online. I mean, we had to shop online. There was no choice, but you had to go online and shop. So even people that weren't shopping online, and believe me, I coach e-commerce, and I really like to go to retail stores. So literally, I did some grocery shopping online, which I've never done, right? Never. So everybody's getting trained. Doesn't matter what age you are. And if you look at people, if you just go out, well, now we can't go outside too much, but if you look around, and when we used to sit in coffee shops or go to stores, right, everybody is on their phone. In fact, when I went to Africa for a visit, I went to visit my mom. Even in Africa, right? I mean, it's not a first world country. It's a second world and third world countries. People have cell phones. So people are on their cell phones all the time. So if you are, and in 2021, most stores, or really big retail stores, used to be multi-channel. There's multi-channel and omni-channel. Multi-channel is when they have the e-commerce store, and then they have the retail store, and none of them connect, right? And you have your Etsy store, and you have something else, maybe your wholesale store somewhere else, and nothing is connected. So all your inventory is sort of separate in separate silos, and you need to get, in 2021, you need to get really organized to be omni-channel, which means that you have to have everything under one roof, I would say, right? On one boat.
On one boat.
So because on one boat, right? On one boat. Because so if you have inventory, it goes from and I have my clients teasing me about me enunciating inventory. But if you have it, inventory.
Oh, inventory.
You have to have it. Inventory. Yeah, and and people from the UK say enunciate differently. But if you need to have it all in one, literally in one bucket, right? So if you have a Facebook store and you have an Instagram store and you have an Amazon store and you have a retail store and you have an what's it called, an e-commerce store,
Yes.
you have to get it all together onto one bucket. And one of the shopping platforms that I use predominantly, because I absolutely love it, is Shopify. So Shopify is a shopping platform, but it's also like a website and a blog and everything else. But what it does is it creates your inventory in one bucket. So you can have a store in Facebook and Instagram, and where else? Amazon, not Etsy. Etsy just plays by itself, right? But you can sell anywhere you want to, and you don't have to worry about having so many products all over the place. And with Google now changing this year, especially this year, there are major updates coming for Google. Is you've got to be so I'm putting point 3 here: prioritize mobile shopping experience, because if you're not as I was saying, people are shopping on their phones. So if
Yes.
they can't download your store very fast on their phones, then they're going to go somewhere else. I mean, a lot of people, what they do is, or store owners, they have the e-commerce store. Everything looks so cool on the website, on their desktop, and they don't even think of testing it on their mobile. And I think I would say 97% of people start shopping from their mobile. Is that what it says? I mean, that's my
Yes.
because everybody starts on their mobile, right? I mean, this is where they actually do research. Even my husband does research on his phone, right? And then he goes to his iPad to shop. So that's where you do research. So your mobile presence has to be amazing. And it's not just something that has to be responsive. You have to have different avenues of how people are going to pay you. Make it extremely easy of people paying you. So for instance, if you have Apple Pay and Google Pay and PayPal and Amazon Pay and all these different ways of pay of your customers actually paying you. As one little lady that I have, my personalized puzzle lady from what's it called, the Missing Piece Puzzle Company.
Oh, yeah.
She does, yes, right. She's been in business for, I think I've known her for about 10 years, and her mantra is, give your customers any way to give you their money. You want to make it as easy as possible for people to pay you. So, and then we come back to the omni-channel and increasing also different touch points, right? So we have omni-channel, you maximize your mobile experience. What you also need to do is getting your brand up anywhere you can think of. Again, back to Miss Donna, right, from the Missing Piece Puzzle. She says, if I can be anywhere online with my products, she is there. She tries everything out. We had in Shopify, we had Facebook Marketplace as a beta. She was on there, and they were testing it out. In fact, she actually had, within days, she had 11 customers. But Facebook is really, they smack you on your fingers if you don't service your customers immediately, and it's a little bit more difficult on Marketplace through another channel. But that's, and so you have to be available and in front of your customers any way you can be. It's so competitive nowadays. I mean, there are so many little stores, because you have stores going up with you can set up a store and no money down, except for what you're paying maybe for a few apps and your payments for, say, for instance, for the shopping platform. You can print t-shirts and start selling stuff, right? So there is so much competition out there. So you have to be online everywhere. You've got to be on Pinterest, you've got to be on Instagram and Facebook, LinkedIn. People forget about LinkedIn, right?
LinkedIn.
So there are different touch points. When I was I'm really aging myself here. No, not really. I mean, 20 years ago, I could still be early.
You're just 21, right?
But I'm just 20. As somebody said to me, I'm up to 27 again. So when before internet really got going, right, and we were still playing on Facebook. It wasn't so serious. You would go to meetings. I mean, even 10 years ago, 10, 15 years, you would go to meetings, right?
Yes.
Shaking hands, going to BNI and Chamber, and I went to Women Business Enterprise Alliance and all sorts of meetings and lots of lunches and everything like that. And you know that you have to meet people 5 to 8 times before somebody will buy from you. That's when you were face to face,
I
right?
believe it.
And there's not a lot of right? There's not a lot of competition. You've got 20 people in a room, so they remember you. But
Yes.
when you're online, it is a lot more difficult because there's so much competition. Everybody can smack anything up there and they can sell stuff. So you have to really be online a lot. So what do you think, Tim? I mean, you do social media.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, Veronica, about like comparing in-person networking to being on social media. There's just so many people on social media and so many people creating content. So when you put your social media content out there and the information about your products, you really need to make your content stand out, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yes, that's a really long conversation, right? So the
That could be
entertain you got to
another whole
entertain people.
show.
That's another show, right? That's another show.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I mean, and so back to e-commerce, yeah, you've got to be online everywhere, right? And back to e-commerce again, you've got to be faster, have faster and cheaper options. Amazon has spoiled everybody because there's free shipping. Okay, so you have to pay $99 a year. Hello, they make their money as well, right? But you get the free shipping. And so you got to offer free shipping. You got to offer as the possibilities of people getting their products has to be as cheaply as possible, because you actually lose 68 nearly 70 68%, 68.4%, they said, in 2018, and I bet it's more now, of people that you can lose before they actually get to checkout. So they just abandon their cart. And a lot of it is shipping. When you have a $25 product and they pay $10 for shipping, they're going to go, I'm not buying this, right? So you got to
Yes.
work around how to get the product to your customers really, really cheaply. So, here are, oops, I need to make mine silent because otherwise I've got this ding, ding, ding in my computer. So if you just as an example, 64% of consumers wanted shipped for free. 67% expected the same day, next day, and 2-day options. So you can't I was talking to a client this morning. She goes, oh no, I have to remind my husband to ship my products. Holy cow, if that order comes in, it has to go out immediately. Again,
Yes.
Amazon has spoiled everybody. I mean, if you're ordering something, you can get it in 2 days. So you really, really have to be on top of that. We have sustainability and branding, right? So sustainability is, I think, I don't know, it happened already before pandemic. People were shopping more green, right? I mean, if you have green
Yes.
packaging, if your products are green, if they're USA, right? People really want to shop with you. You have to have something sustainable. If your products are not sustainable, look into packaging. There are so many possibilities out there these days. You might pay a little bit more than the normal packaging, normal brown packaging or white packaging, but you might have more customers shopping because they want to shop green. I mean, I shop green, and if you do have the packaging, have it on your website. Tell everybody why they should shop from you. And if there's anything in your product that is green, so, and you have to brand it as well, right? Your brand has to be everywhere. So
Everywhere.
consumers globally report a great propensity to buy from companies with a reputation for environmental responsibility, right? So I
Right.
push that sustainability, I mean, hugely with everybody. And one of the biggest things is, again, the big guys always do this to us little guys. They start, hey, you can put your name on this. You can, personalize your product, So you got to create a personalized shopping experience for your customers. So, and I know it's not easy to do if you're a small store, but
Yes.
the way, one of the ideas is coming back to the touch points is email, right? So
Yeah.
send your customers an email right now and ask them what would they like to see in your products. So for instance, my little boutique lady, the Itsy Bitsy boutique, she has like babies and boys and girls and tweens, right? So she needs to ask her, okay, we decided that everybody likes babies and they're always babies that you have to buy for, but she
Yeah.
has to ask her customers, would you like to see boy stuff or girl stuff or maybe tween stuff? Not everybody has boys and not everybody has girls, right? So you need to segment your audience so that they get a personal experience because you need to not send something like just send all your products out, right? You need to say, okay, I know that they interested in just boys. I will only send them, and babies, only send them stuff about boys, right?
Yeah.
So they feel like you are actually, I always think about personalized buying, what's a personalized shopping experience, like going to the local restaurant, right? So if you go to a local restaurant and that restaurant owner goes, hi, Tim, how are you doing? And says hello to all the babies, and he knows your wife,
Yeah.
you sit down, your waiter comes, your waiter brings you your drinks immediately. They immediately know what you want. So you feel loved, right? And so you will
Yes.
go to that
Feel the
restaurant
love.
again and again, right? Right. And so, I mean, there can be 10 other restaurants, but you will go to that restaurant where the guy actually knows you and greets you by name. So that's that whole personalized experience. Pick up the phone and talk to your customers. I mean,
Yes.
so I've got, you go, oh my God, I've got 1,000 customers. I don't care. Look at the customers that buy a lot from you, pick up the phone and treat them like a VIP customer. Send them a personalized card, right? Do something special for your customers.
Stefan is here.
Quite a lot to
Stefan says that's
cool.
really great. Woo! That's a really great point about letting your customers know about your environmental responsibility. You should be proud of that. So let the public know. He likes.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Absolutely. And so, and also with the community, if you are supporting a community, if you're giving 10% to, I don't know, to the ducks in the pond, who cares, to the kids that are starving, to whoever, create a community that you are giving back to. And a good example is Zappos, right? Zappos.
Zappos, yeah.
Yes, they gave something away, and I can't remember the other company. Tom's gives. There's a Tom's that give a shoe away or something, give shoes away. They do the same thing, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you need to really think about sustainability, environmentally friendly, community, and all that stuff. Enhanced content experience is we need more content. I hate to get onto a website. I don't care what you're selling, what you're doing, who you are. If I can't get enough information from your website, I bounce right out, right? And I have surveyed, well, I've actually surveyed my husband, but because he's a typical shopper, right? He doesn't know a lot about online.
They're important.
I mean, you can go. Yeah, right.
And wives.
If he shops online and he's just looking for boat stuff, right? If they don't have enough specifications, information, videos, and explaining what they're doing. Here he comes in again. It's freezing outside, so he needs a cup of tea.
We're keeping it real today. Keeping it real.
Yeah, no, keeping it real. This is all about pandemic, right? COVID. So yes, so you have to so you have to give a lot of information. I push writing blogs, because it's not just blog writing. Everybody goes, oh my God, I can't write blogs. It's not about the blogs. It's about information and giving your customers more information. You know, that FAQ you have to have on your page. If I do this, how I get my stuff back, right? If I buy this, you know, how are you going to ship it? That's just those little things you sometimes you miss out on the website. I mean, about your about page, right? Content about page is hugely important, because people shop from people they think they know. So if they see you online, they want to get to know you. They come on your website, they want to see, who's this little person that I'm buying from? Can I trust them, right? Because there's so much spam and stuff going on online. So make sure that you are, actually these bloggers on YouTube call it EAT. That you're an expert, authority, and transparency. So you've got to show them that you're an authority on your products, and you're also transparent with your company, right? You're not somebody out there maybe having a website and they don't know who you are, so that they can trust you. A good example is I've got a client selling African sculptures, and we sent it off. Actually, I sent it off. I'm helping them ship their stuff. But we sent it off, and I sent it to the wrong person. The package, the one person got the 2 packets. Yes, I know, right? I know. So, well, you know, I can tell you what to do. You know, I don't need to do it. But so this has been good experience. So anyway, so I called him, and he said he so appreciated me calling him, because he wasn't sure whether we were a scam company. Because how does he know, right? Because there are so many people out there doing this. Oh, I'm selling you this, and they get fake stuff, and you pay for it and you don't get products. So you got to make sure that you have that trust factor, and have your family pictures on there, right? Why you started your business and everything. I can go on about this all day long, actually.
Yes, you could. And Jerry is tuning in. I know Jerry. He lives nearby here. He says,
yes,
hey, Jerry, woo. Is there a true value to testimonials? He wants to know.
Yes, absolutely. Testimony. Okay, so if you go shopping online, tell me the truth, you're going to check those reviews out. And we know there are going to be some bad reviews, right? That's just, you know, somebody's going to get really miffed at you because you didn't do something, and, you know, then you have to apologize and give them the products or something. But if you get majority of your reviews are good, you will sell more. I mean, guaranteed, you know. And if you're a new company, you should make sure that people are testing your products, get their reviews, and put them on your front page. I mean, you know, if you can't have them that they're actually buying the product, because a lot on the product on an e-commerce site is when they buy the product, they get sent a review, and then they can do it on the product. And it's really hard to get reviews. So sometimes we might have to get to bribing to give us a review, right? So, I hate to say this too loud, but sometimes give them a 10% discount, you know, shouldn't be, but and give them an idea of what they need to say. You know, sometimes, I mean, if people ask me for a review, I don't know what to say. Okay, give me something to say. Just give me a sentence, right? But give them ideas, you know. So ask them about the product. You know, how did you feel about the product when you've got it? You know, was it in good condition? So give them a couple of questions so that they know what to put in the review. Then we get back to making it really good for people to shop from you. The omni-channel is location-based, I call it marketing, but also location-based, like pickups and deliveries is a really good, especially with COVID. You know, people are not going to the retail store. So back to my boutique ladies, and I've got a couple of sports stores as well. they have retail stores. So what they had to do is make sure that their customers can go online and go, oops, I'll come and pick it up, and there's a curb pickup, or you do the delivery like a restaurant, right? So that's available as well. So you need to actually use that, so you have more, again, giving your customers more opportunity to shop from you, right? Like that payment option. Give
Yeah,
them the possibilities to actually, if they want to save money in their local, why not let them pick it up? Maybe they need a drive, right?
absolutely.
And right? And then again, you get back to the local based marketing. And a lot of people forget about Google My Business,
Yeah,
because I think it was really confusing with Google Plus and Google My Business. Google My Business is really valuable to sign up on. It's for free, and you have to be active in whatever you're doing. If you just do one post a day, it'll really enhance your visibility online, right? Right, Tim? I
yeah,
mean, you've done Google My Business as well a lot, right?
yeah, absolutely. I've done it with clients, and it definitely makes a difference. Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously the reviews. Actually, talking about reviews, I'm on a boat, right? So I do the marketing for the marine. I have been doing this for nearly nearly 9 years, I think, 19 years.
Wow.
And yeah, and so, yes, so we had somebody that gave us a one one star a 1-star review on Facebook.
Uh-oh.
And I got really upset. I thought, who's this woman? But she didn't even have a boat, so it was just some random person giving us a bad review because she had an argument with somebody else on the
Yeah.
marina, and it was nothing to do with boats. So and so if you're getting a bad review, always make sure that you do your customer service, answer them back, make sure that you're doing the right thing. Hey, I'll help you, I'll be available if you need need to put your boat here, but since you don't have your boat here, I don't know how you can leave a review. But I didn't really say that. But still, you got to be very polite because everybody's reading it, but you have to answer those reviews. I'm really talking about Google a lot. Google is so important.
Yes.
You've got to be really, really active on your website. Speech enhanced search is going to be really important in 2021. Again, I'll get back to the mobile, right? And I'm sort of speaking from one point to the next and going back to the front, because
Yes.
every single one has to do with the other one, right? There's the mobile shopping. People shop online, but what are they doing? They're talking into their phone, doing their search, right?
Yes.
And with Alexa and Siri and Google, those speak, what are they called? Speak thingies.
Speech thingies.
The
Yeah.
what? Yes. I've got one, the Apple Siri,
Yeah.
So everybody, even the babies are going, hey Siri, hey Apple,
Yes.
hey Google,
Our kids,
tell
our kids
me
love
this.
Alexa.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Yes.
I had my he was about 1.5 years old, and he was going, hey Google, play this. At that
Yeah.
age. But so speech enhanced search is started in 2020. It's going to be even more important in 2021, that we got to make sure that our websites are, so especially if you have a lot of content, right, that our websites are speech enhanced.
Yes.
For
Speech and
search, right?
enhanced. Yes.
Enhanced, right?
Yes.
so yeah, so and so that's reworking your website again. And one of the things I really push is keeping your website active, so you don't have to get this all done immediately, right? Yes,
Yes.
it's a pleasure, Jerry. You don't have to get this done immediately. The best methodology is doing a little bit every single day. because Google will then say, wow, this lady knows what she's talking about. She's putting lots of information up here, right?
Yes.
And I actually did this by accident, by the way. I was doing lots of uploading, downloading, uploading products and fixing them and downloading them and uploading them. I got onto the first page of Google in 6 months.
Ooh.
And literally, yes, by accident. And that has really proven to me how active you have to be on your website to get onto the first page of Google. I mean, who looks on page 2? I never look on page 2. I just refine my search, right?
Yes.
So, and I'm a normal searcher, right? I'm just what everybody else does. So we're coming back to inventory. Well, how do you say inventory? Inventory. So yes.
Or we'll just go with yours.
Back,
we'll just go with inventory.
Yeah.
Inventory.
I'm actually getting all my clients are starting to speak like me. But so we're getting back to we're getting back to the omni-channel. In fact, I'm so bloody confused now. I don't know what to do. The omni-channel is automate your inventory management, right? So if you are doing a lot of sales, you can really suddenly hit a lot of sales. We had one of our weak customers. Oh no, it was Donna, the puzzle lady, from the Missing Piece Puzzle. So she was on Good Morning America TV, right? No, she wasn't. Her puzzle was just before Mother's Day. She had 380 orders within an hour.
Oh my God!
Yes. So yes, and it happened all the way through May. She had at least 600 orders a day, and obviously it went down, then went up for Christmas. But still, so one lesson she learned is to be automated. You have to be automated because you really don't know when that spike hits, right? Because if you've been working on your website and you've been online and you've been visible, the 21 touches, right? You've been emailing and schmoozing and popping everything on, and that spike hits, hopefully, you have to be ready, and you have to automate your inventory, you have to automate your emails, you have to have an email sequence going, and so you have to streamline your processes. And I've got here streamline your return process, which is also hugely important. So one of the things that and we a lot of, I would say, my clients, the research I've done is you would probably get 1 to 2% returns, except for my boutique lady, because there's a lot of, they spend a lot of money and there's a lot of gifts, and they bring them back to get the right products, and then they obviously get the right sizes. But there's some people online, and we know this happens, right? They will buy something, especially overseas. So if you're not comfortable selling internationally, you shouldn't do it. What they do is they will buy, and then they say, well, this is not what I ordered. And then you have to make it clear on the website that you do not pay for returns. You might do, but you tell them you don't, right? So you actually making sure that if you send this away overseas, it costs a lot of money. You don't want to pay $100 to get it back, right? So make sure that I'm very lucky. I've got a cup of tea.
Yeah.
I love COVID. So streamline. So make sure that your return, your replies have to be streamlined. Your management has to be streamlined. Your return magic has to be. So if somebody wants to give something back, what are you going to do? You've got to make sure and make those decisions before you even start your store. Again, example, right? I sent out the sculptures, and so these sculptures come from Africa. They're in the warehouse here, and then I ship them somewhere else. I did not look at the sculpture to see if there was anything wrong with it. It went to the customer, was $1,000, by the way. and there was a chip, tiny chip in the bottom. Okay, so it's a stone. So when I called him, he says, well, I want to send this back because it wasn't the correct sculpture. They got them confused when they shipped them from Africa. But he says, there's a little chip in the bottom. So, would you give me a deal? And I go, I'm not giving you a deal. Just send it back. But I talked to my client, and so we decided that we will make a deal with him because he was already buying another sculpture. So my point is, you got to decide before you actually set your store up, is make those decisions on what you're going to do about the returns, and got to put all that information on your website. So when somebody looks and wants to buy, there's a lot of times abandoned cart happens here as well. When they want to buy and they don't know what your return policy is, right? So make sure if, it's a 30 days, if you are, say for instance, if you are doing Obolo or what's that other one in China, Alibaba, then make sure that you know how long the returns are. If you're buying from manufacturers, if you're buying from other vendors, make sure you know what the return policies are. So with my manufacturing companies, we have we have about, I would say 7, 8 different manufacturers. So for each different manufacturer, there are different returns, different lead times. You got to let your customers know what's in it for them when they're buying the product, right? Yes. So, and then so we talked about, back to the top again, we talked about the touches, right? Being in front of your customers all the time. And it's a big deal, right? Because you have to create the images. You have to make sure that you have your content ready. You've got to make sure that you have maybe one of the good things to post online is customers that actually wearing your products or using your products or doing whatever. But make sure that you create a digital asset management process. I love this word. There's a new word, digital asset management, right? And I actually had to look it up, by the way. But it's like keeping your digital images and your videos in one place, so you don't have to search for them. In fact, when Tim was asking me about my image, my image today for my lead magnet, I went, oh, where did I put it? I've got to find it again. So I use canva.com, which is brilliant. Actually does videos as well. I do all my images in Canva now. I mean, I know Shopify, Photoshop. I've always used Photoshop. I've used Illustrator. It's so easy in Canva. You can do anything in Canva, including taking the background out. And so, but all the images are in Canva. So when you are looking for something, immediately you have all your digital assets in one place, right? So, and then one of the few things that a lot of people don't do is creating directories on their computers so they can find things, and then naming them properly, right? Naming all the assets properly. Because if you are searching for something by phone, by speech, right? You want to know that you can search that product and that product will pop up. So give it a long name. Make sure that you name your image exactly what it is. So here's a Google tip that everybody forgets about. That image name that you add to your product is read by Google as well. So that's actually a keyword phrase that you can use to enhance your SEO, which is search engine optimization on your website, right?
That's amazing. That's really brilliant.
I know, like brilliant, absolutely brilliant, right? So anyway, so we've
fabulous and amazing.
Absolutely amazing. So we've talked about 12 points. 12 points. We've been on quite a while. So 12 points is create an omni-channel and not a multi-channel business. So everything has to be Make your customer journey as easy as possible to buy from you. Increase your touch points. Be in front of your customers a lot. Prioritize mobile shopping experience. Make sure that your images download properly on mobile. Make sure that you give your customers multiple options to pay you easily, quickly, right? They have fast and cheaper options for shipping, and sustainability and branding, and environmentally friendly and community, right? Huge. I think this is going to be even more important this year than what it was last year and the year before. And also make sure that you are, if you have a community, that you actually give back, right? It's a big issue right now, giving back to your community.
Yes.
Personalize your shopping experience. Make sure that your customers feel special, and then enhance content for more engaging experience. Put that content up there. Google is going to love you. Location-based marketing, location-based shipping experience, speech-enhanced search, automate your inventory management, and streamline your return processes. Make sure that you know what's happening on your website, and so your customers know as well. And create a digital management system. I love that. Digital asset management system. So make sure that you know where your things are, and one more thing about the digital asset management process is you can reuse your posts, your images, everything you can reuse. But people forget. They get so much information online. So you can repost your videos, your images, your information all the time, because, I get an email this week. By the time you email me next week, I've forgotten what you told me, because, so much information is coming at me, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
So, yeah. So
well,
what did you, was it good?
It was amazing.
Very exciting.
Brilliant.
So I've got this whole thing on my website as my blog. So if you want to read it, if you want to take some points down, I'll probably be adding to it.
Also.
Yes?
I put the link down below in the comments.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Yes,
So I'll be adding to it, because there is still some other things that I need to add, that you need to get super streamlined and really active online if you have an e-commerce store, or whether you are a producer like Tim or a coach like me, right? We have to be online all the time because people forget about us.
They do? Not you.
Well, they won't forget about probably not me, yes. But you still have to be online, right? You still have to be online, because they do. And people forget what you do as well. I mean, even friends and family, you go, hey, remember what I do? And they go, what do you do again? Because maybe you've reinvented yourself a couple of times. So you got to keep reminding people, hey, refer me, use my products, be my fans, create a fan page.
Yes. So do you want to tell people about this lead magnet here?
Yes. So I run a workshop twice a week. Mondays is all about getting your touch points going for your customers, which is marketing. And Wednesdays, it's all about e-commerce problems, ordering, shipping, getting your products optimized, getting everything optimized online. And this year, we're really going to be pushing blogging as well, because I think that's hugely important. Whether you call it blogging or articles or case studies or whatever, it's very important. So that's my lead magnet today. And just click on the link and you can pop in and visit with us. I think the first month is free, actually. So I think, yes. So I think the first month is free. And so you can come and check it out and see if you like it. And if not, then we can always send you somewhere else.
Yes, absolutely. That sounds great.
I know. And Tim, you have a live video course coming up, right?
I do, yes. It's called Survive and Rise with Live Video. It starts on January 18th, and it's for people who want to launch their own live show, or people that are early on in the process and they just need some direction in terms of strategy, in terms of getting past the fear of being on video. I know anxiety is a big thing now more than ever. And
Yes.
promoting your shows, the tech, so many different things, all the things to launch your own show. So I'll put that link down below in the comments as well. And Veronica is going to be in this class.
Yes.
A rumor has it.
Yes. Yeah, I just want to pop in. So, but you also, if you have an e-commerce store, you don't have to have a show, but you have to be online. You got to start doing lives online and showing your products off and telling them what you're selling, because you're making that connection with your customers. So this is a really good way to learn how to do it with Tim. He is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you, Tim, for hosting this for me today. This was awesome. We're going to be back next Friday, right?
Next Friday. Same time.
Next Friday. Yes. Same time, baby. Same time.
All right. See y'all. Bye, Veronica.
See you. Bye. Bye.